Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are on this beautiful planet Earth. Are on this beautiful planet Earth. This is Doc Skinner with 1028, totally tongue-tied. I just finished some fajitas, woof, from Lecano's Mexican restaurant, and yum, yum, yum. We're celebrating Darren Webster's 60th birthday. So happy birthday, Darren. Sorry I had to skip out really quick, but I had to get back to do the show. So, anyway, lots of things are going on. Lots of stuff I want to talk about, but we're going to hold off on that because I got a special guest tonight. His name is Troy Billett, and he is the U.S. director of Off-Grid.Box. And you can go to offgridbox.xom and follow along with us tonight. He's the U.S. director. He has 5 years experience helping over 13 startups develop effective branding. He's built strategic partnerships. He finds funding and grows effective teams. He has a degree in international management from Swiss and U.S. accredited universities. And his company, Off-Grid.Box, is doing some amazing things. One in particular, which we will talk about a little bit later in the interview, but I'm just really proud of their company for what they're doing, and we'll hear about that. So, without any further ado, oh, by the way, you like my little layer back here? Trying something new tonight. So let me bring to the screen Troy Billett. Hi.
How's it going?
It's going good, going good. Thanks for joining me tonight. Oh, wait, I gotta look up at the camera. I'm looking at you down here. So I'm Off-Grid.Box. It's an amazing company. They did an article in Off-Grid magazine, which is helping us out with our Survival Prepper Expo, May 25th and 6th up here in Pine Top, Arizona, and came across the article. Was really impressed what you guys are doing, what you've pulled together, and the extra work that you're doing, which I would love to talk about in depth later. So tell us a little bit more about yourself. I had your little blurb. You've well educated. I mean, Swiss. So you were in Switzerland, huh?
Yeah, so I lived abroad for about 5 years, learned about international management, so mainly on the business side of things. But, my heartstrings were pulling towards this social impact. So I was like, how can I combine business with social impact? And that led me to Off-Grid.Box, which was just these two crazy Italian guys that had some idea, and they were really in the beginning workings of it. But one was international relations, so a little bit more on the politics side. Another was an engineer, PhD in physics. So with this combination of these three different skills, we kind of kicked off this idea.
Okay. And how long did it take you to put it together, find the other companies to help you with the materials? I'm sure you didn't build the panels and everything. How long did it take for your dream to come to fruition?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it wasn't immediate. I mean, they worked actually on the idea for a few years before I joined. So with grants and a few initial sales of pilots and these kind of things, they were able to really refine the technology. And what we do is we integrate. That's what we're good at, is integrating different systems. So like you said, we just buy a lot of off-the-shelf products, but it's how we integrate it. That's where our IP is.
Okay. And when was the first, you just call it a box, right?
Yeah, the
Yeah, it
first
doesn't have no
box.
technical lingo name like the X4 LC5 or something like that. It's just
Trying to
a
keep it
box.
simple, yeah.
I like that. I like that. Now, you're based out of where again?
So we're based out of Boston,
Okay.
um, but then we also have a contract manufacturer in Italy, and then of course there's a lot of work we're doing in Rwanda.
Okay. So are they building the boxes in Italy or parts of it? Because it's a big box. It's like 6 feet by 6 feet.
Yeah, it's actually the smallest shipping container you can get.
Okay.
So it's just 6 feet by 6 feet. But then when you put the panels on top, that reaches over a bit.
Sorry about
And
that.
that's
That's
all
my
right.
cardinal rule. I always hit mute, but we were running late, so my bad. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, so we assemble them in Italy and then we can send to Africa. It's much closer to send to Rwanda from there. So that was why we set up the initial manufacturing there. But we're looking to open up different manufacturing in different regions depending on the demand. So maybe one in South Africa, one in China to supply the Asia market. It just depends on how we grow.
Wow. Wow. So you have all these multiple locations, and who do you see or who have you found to be some of your best clients I mean, your demographic is what I'm trying to say. Is it
Yeah,
preppers
it's
or is it communities? Is it school districts? Is it the military? I mean,
Mhm. So far, we've seen two main groups. So first, we have about 50% of our previous sales were with NGOs or local nonprofits. So we consider them more partners because we collaborate on these partners to deploy and make sure that there's impact in their communities that they're trying to help. Then on the other half, we have individuals who just want to be resilient and independent. And so they purchase a system for their family or their home, or, it just depends on their situation. But those are the two demographics, individuals and nonprofits.
very nice. Now, I think this is the coolest device. I was looking at photos on your website. Now, let's give the people the website. It's offgridbox.com. You can learn more about the crew or the team that's put all this together and the good things that they're doing with this. Now, you said how long have you been doing? They've been doing this. You said one more time. I'm looking at the thing. I'm a lot of numbers down here on your information sheet.
Yeah, so it's been a few years now, and I joined about a year ago. So they had a couple years lead on me.
All right. And would you say these are flying off the shelf, or is this like a specialty item that you have to custom build for each one? Or
We've
have you
seen
guys
like
gotten
a
to the point to where you streamlined it?
Yeah, we've kind of seen an exponential growth. So at first we were doing like these individual pilots that were more like a custom box for each situation. And slowly over time, we've been able to standardize this product and kind of come up with a more final version. Obviously, there's always, upgrades coming. We're shifting from lead gel batteries to lithium batteries. There's always, a new solar panel that comes out that's better and cheaper. So we're always on the scout for like
What?
we
Oh, there you are.
we've kind of standardized the size. And yeah, there's a picture.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm learning I'm learning with Zoom. They've got the green screen thing, so I'm just showing some photos.
yeah,
This is
that's in Puerto Rico,
I
actually.
this is what I'm passionately in love with seeing is that these third world villages and small communities, some of them walk long distances just to get murky water because they don't have clean fresh water, and you're providing that. um, there was a point in my life when I had an inheritance, and I didn't do anything charitable with it. I didn't throw it all away, but I did good things with it. But I didn't do charitable stuff. And at that time, they had water wells that was like $1,500, and I thought, gosh, I could have got a whole bunch of those and helped a bunch of people. And so you're, I'm kind of happy vicariously through you because you're doing what I wanted to do, but unfortunately, life just didn't throw me that deck of cards. So I'm very, very proud of you guys of what you're doing because that makes me happy. That just and the fact that you're providing electricity now. These boxes, this is my these are my cars. This is what I'm into is prepper stuff. So I'm really into all this. Let me see. Did I have another photo? This is the inside, right? Let me do this.
Yeah, so you can see on the left side is like or I'm sorry, on the right side is the water purification system, and then on the left is the actual solar system. So it's 100% off-grid system for water and power. So you don't need to be tied into any grid. You can set this up anywhere, and it's going to work. In terms of where we get the water source, we have like an integrated rain capture system on it. But also, if you want additional, like a local well or river or stream, even seawater, we have a model for that. So we can pretty much get water from anywhere. And then the energy is just from the sun. So as long as the sun is shining, you can run a house or a camp or maybe even an entire village, depending on what the consumption is in that situation.
That's crazy. Now the camera goes back and forth as we talk, and so as you were talking, it took away the photo. So I'm gonna hog it for a few seconds and just point out what you were saying. Over
Yeah.
here, where am I? This is weird. It's like I'm doing everything opposite. Okay, so over here is you said the water, and then behind
Exactly.
me is the solar panel system, and all this the stuff you just mentioned. So that's an image of it, folks. If you didn't catch that, and you can check that on their website as well. But I just think that just excites me seeing stuff like that, how it's all integrated. You guys did such a great job. Now, um, I also noticed on the website the remote locations that you send these to by helicopter, by safari trucks with cranes. What's the most wildest location you guys have had to deliver an off-grid box to?
So there was a really remote location in the middle of the Swiss Alps. I mean, it was impossible to get to this place, but we just rented a helicopter for 5 minutes and just picked it up, flew over, and dropped it right next to this little tiny cabin that was just out in the middle of nowhere. And it like quadrupled the value of their property because they
Wow.
had no resources at the time. So putting this like source of resources really increased the value of the property, but also allowed them to live sustainably without having to bring in water, bringing giant bottles and all of this stuff. It wasn't so sustainable. But now that they have that, it's almost like a resort location.
So let me ask. Okay, so if you got to put it like in a remote location at the top of the Swiss Alps, you're not pulling water from the ground, are you?
So for their location, the snow and the rain was enough for their system. So it just depends
Oh.
on the location. Like some of them, might want to supplement it with a well or something, which is also possible, but it just depends.
So it has an adapter for like an intake valve or something. Okay.
Exactly. So it has the rainwater capture built in, but then you can also connect direct.
Okay. And so you have the solar panels. Now, the other thing I was kind of curious about is this. That doesn't look like a solar panel. Those look like tubes. Now, is that a water heating system or what is that? Because I see the solar panels on top, but you have these look like glass tubes, plastic tubes, or some sort. Or am I just my eyes aren't the best, so that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, definitely. So these are solar water heating. So for some of the primary schools that we installed these for, they wanted hot water in order to, for showering or washing or cooking, whatever the need was. That was an extra convenience that we had as an add-on. Also, we have on the top, you can barely see them, but there's wind
I
turbines.
was just about to ask that. It looked like wind turbines at the top, but yeah. So how is these are like additional features? I
Yes,
know
so
I'm
this is
talking,
the
but I'm trying
beauty
to
of
show you.
having a modular system is that depending on the location, we might need to add in some other features. We also have like a Wi-Fi add-on if you want to have share Wi-Fi around the box,
Wow.
or we have a battery rack. So a lot of the villages that we go to, they might just want to take a battery back to their home to, power a couple of lights and charge a couple of phones. Or, in a disaster situation, maybe they want to open up the doors and let people use USB charging for their phones. So depending on the situation, we've kind of had these features that make it really modular and flexible for the different people's needs.
Wow. I That's even cooler. It's even cooler now. Come on, what else do you got? You got any other little add-ons you can tell me about? Uh,
Yes, definitely. So, we have this use case where we can just hook it up to a building directly. And this is usually what the individuals purchase it for because they want it for their new house or even for an old cabin. It brings new life. Then on the other end, we have this social impact, of I mean, a box can serve 2,000 people in a really remote location where we introduce lighting for the first time in the home.
hold on. Did you just say you could put a box in a village somewhere and 2,000 people? Is that what
Yeah,
you just said?
yeah.
From one box, or are they
One box.
one box?
Yeah. That's what we're doing in
Oh,
Rwanda right now. That's why it's so
wow.
compelling because it has such a large impact. And we've done 8 of these boxes in Rwanda already. And we just raised enough funding, about 1.6 million, to do another 40 boxes in Rwanda.
Wait, wait. So who's doing this 1 point? Or can you say? I mean, I would like to shake their hand, but or is this like, a benefactor
No,
and
yeah, yeah. So there was these two foundations that wanted to support, and they saw this as a great opportunity. Plus, we had some individual angels that wanted to see this impact. So these individual investors kind of got us started with a little bit lower pieces of cash. But then at the end, these two foundations jumped in. They're like, yeah, we also see the potential of this. And so, we kind of had that slow escalation. But in the end, that's how big we closed the round.
wow. Wow. I'm just 2,000 people. That's just great. That is amazing. Oh, if I had the money, I would donate and invest. Because that's just brilliant, brilliant. So, all in all, how many have you said you've? Because I know you got these big orders, but how many have you built so far?
So we've actually like deployed right now, there is 35 boxes.
Wow. Well, you
So there's
think
not,
2,000 per box?
yeah,
Right.
but like I said, half of them are for individual homesteads, and then the other half are for these, nonprofits. So only about half of them are really reaching, the full potential of like 2,000 people. Um, but there's some in between too. Like Puerto Rico, for example, since their consumption is a little bit higher than the really rural villages in Rwanda, there's like 300 people impacted by one box. So it's like it's a spectrum,
It's still that's just wow. Wow. Um, so have you worked with like local towns that maybe everybody in town could pitch in and get one so that when SHTF happens, they still got some kind of consumption or I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
you
these are
work
totally
with large
independent
communities.
systems, and it would be impossible to do it without a local implementing partner. So, like, we never go into a country and assume that we understand the culture and know what everyone wants, right? So, we go in with somebody that's local, a local engineering firm, maybe a local nonprofit that has experience working on the ground. They actually have an engineer, already employed. So with that, we can get the blessing of the local community, maybe even work in the federal electrification plan. Like we want to make sure everyone's like saying it's okay before we kind of jump in. But like most importantly, like do the villagers want to use the system? Because if they don't accept it, then they're not going to take care of it. So we want it to be a part of their community. And so that's kind of the process we have to go through, and that might take some time. But once it's implemented, I mean, this box lasts at least 20 years. So
Yeah, and
it's
I'm from Texas and we have a lot. Well, you're in Texas, you know about the neighborhoods, how they all kind of look the same, but they're just huge neighborhoods. If you and they have those gigantic power generator metal boxes that kids used to climb on when we were kids. Well, before we knew you weren't
mhm.
supposed to do that. Um, but I can just envision these one per neighborhood all across the country. And if there's anything I can do to help promote it, I will do whatever because I'm totally behind you guys 100% with this. Now, what 2,000 people? That's just mind blowing. I remember I was working with a company. We had not a unicycle, exercise bicycle, and supposedly it could power your house if you ran it for like a full hour. You have 24 hours of power. Didn't really take off, but I've always been into how can we do this? Tesla technology, um, and the sun and wind. I mean, that's it's just brilliant, brilliant. Now, you mentioned Wi-Fi. Now, if you're out in the middle of nowhere, is it Wi-Fi that connects to satellite, like HughesNet or something? Or
So there's two situations. Either there's a cellular network, which we can just share a Wi-Fi signal using the cellular network, or we can set up satellite. That's what we're actually collaborating right now on because someone wants to take a box to the DRC, which is kind of next to Rwanda, but Rwanda is like super safe and DRC is considered not so safe.
Mhm.
So in that situation, there's no cellular. So we're working with a partner who specializes in the satellite technology, but if we can get that connected, then we prove that we can get Wi-Fi signal anywhere, no matter where the box is. So that's kind of the next step for us. So we don't want to be where there's only cellular. We want to also be anywhere, but that requires the satellite connection.
Well, I got a referral for you. Um, uh, have you thought about calling Richard Branson for Nantucket Island? You might buy one or two. So, and that'd probably he'd be like, yeah, yeah, sure. He'd probably buy a
Why
few
not?
friends for Christmas gifts. So, there's a sale for you. But oh yeah, these things are awesome. I cannot wait to one day actually look at one of these and like touch it and see it, see the inner workings. Uh, do you have distributors, or is it just strictly from you guys that people have to order and they go to offgridbox.com if they want to contact you?
Yeah, right now we're just selling direct. We don't want to run into all these fees and everyone taking a margin. We'd rather just get these people or get these boxes out to people as fast as possible. And that's the fastest way so far. But yeah, I mean, if we meet a distributor, maybe like we're not comfortable selling in, Brazil, then it would be really cool if someone that was local could help us sell and find the right people who need this system because we know it's needed, but it's hard to make the connection and to build the trust and everything. So that's something that we're working on is expanding globally.
Well, I we first met because I was talking to you about Survival Prepper Expo. And I was like, yeah, come on down. And then I looked it up and I'm like, oh, yeah, that's going to be costly bringing that to Arizona. But hopefully, we can see that you'll have boots on the ground in multiple states and have one or a demo or have one that strictly just goes tour to tour because people need to see this. Have you been covered by the news on this?
Yeah, so I was on Cheddar last week, which is like a small media channel, and we've done some other interviews. TechCrunch wrote an article about us. So it's been kind of here and there, just organically, people kind of slowly hear about us. We haven't really made a formal marketing push, but I'm sure, 2019, hopefully that'll call for it. It's just we want to get a little bit more traction with some initial sales. I mean, 35 is a good start, but we really want to like grow, but we have to get in front of people. So I
Exactly.
think that's the best way. Just be honest, tell people what's possible these days because a lot of people don't realize how easy it can be to go off the grid. It's kind of intimidating at first.
It is because we live in a world where everything is just, push a button. And that is my concern for so many people. And a lot of people will probably perish when SHTF happens because they can't live without their phone or, the Instagram or just any kind of app or uh, their hair dryer. I don't think about that. So, but little things like that, they're going to be devastated not knowing what to do because that is their life. And what I try to convey on my show is there's nothing wrong, there's nothing crazy with prepping. That's why our government does it. All government officials, SWAT, paramedics, firefighters to military, they know it's Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts knew, and they still do. So this is another form of preparing for situations like we just had a huge blizzard. It was like for 2 days. I think we got three, it looked like 4 feet on my car by itself, but on the roof. And, um, the power went out a couple times. Even after midnight, after we did the balloon drop, we're at my job and the money drop and everything, the lights went out. So it happens. All these weather conditions that are
Yeah,
happening.
I mean, it was in Puerto Rico. We
Oh yeah,
saw after the hurricane, I mean, still to this day, there are regions without access to energy and clean water. So we're like this year, now that the new year has started, we're still shipping 3 boxes for a local nonprofit there because there's 3 primary schools without this access. It's like, it's a very real thing.
yeah, and it's going to get worse before it gets better. But having things like the off-grid box, which I'll tell you, I'm going to work my bahootie off so I can get one for myself and my neighborhood. We're a very heavy Mormon community up here, and or there is a I'm not a Mormon, but there's Mormons up here. My neighbors are. I love them. They plowed my driveway. I had the 4 feet of snow, so I get out yesterday. I mean, but everybody up here preps, and uh, this is something that I want at least everybody up here to know about. So, do you guys have any kind of material that you give out whenever you're meeting with people or organizations? Because if you do, I would love to have a little something that I could hand out so people can know about you, and some other
Yeah, a
things
lot
too,
of
which I'll talk to you about
a
after
lot
the
of
show.
people are usually curious about the price and, how soon they can get a box and how it works, what are the possible add-ons. So we like put together a little overview. I mean, it's like 4 or 5 pages and just explains like the very, very basics. It doesn't get into anything too technical, but it's basically what can I get out of this, system if I were to purchase one. And we have it's more tailored toward like the most basic or the most common system that we put out. But obviously it can grow and it can be smaller and it just depends. But that's I think the most convenient thing. So when people show interest, when people sign up for our newsletter or ask for a quote, like we always send that because we know that that's kind of need to know information if they really do want to move
They're
forward,
interested.
with this kind of peace of mind.
Yeah. Now, not only is it for people that are like off grid and villages and whatnot, but I'm sure you've probably had a hunter or two that has a piece of land. And my dad, when he would go camping, him and his buddies would have like this mansion tent with kitchen stoves and flat screen TVs, but stuff like, and they had solar panels. They would have they were pilots, so they would do stuff like that. They would say, okay, let's get one of these together and put it out at our hunting land. So I see that as a great avenue as well. Nurseries, there's lots of nurseries out here that are out in the middle of nowhere,
Yeah, we
especially
done like
people that are
remote
growing their own
clinic.
food.
Yeah, we've done
Yeah,
remote clinics, and there was a few guys out in California that were growers, and that was really interesting for them because they're using diesel and it's super loud, it's super inconvenient. You got to truck in oil. I
wood.
mean, it's yeah, it's crazy how many opportunities we didn't even realize all the use cases. We just made it for one use case, and then it happened to be available for all these other potential uses.
That's a sign of greatness. That means that you were meant to do this. So now I was talking about, I'm not a hunter myself, but I'm saying that's a demographic. Now, I'm sorry, but Dr. Pepper, call me. Waiting for the sponsor call. I love this stuff. Mm. So I was going to segue because let's say somebody has a property. Um, I'm going to the other end of the spectrum. Let's say Hunter has a big property. He's got one of these, had it for 5, 6 years. Then the missus and him get into a little spit, and there's a divorce. She gets the land. He can't do anything, or she doesn't want to use it for hunting. She doesn't want this, box on there because may not understand what it's for or have a use for it because she's not going to be out there. She's going to sell it. I don't know. Point is, what can he do with this box after he's purchased it? Because this is where I'm leading to what I'm really excited to talk about.
Yeah, so needs definitely change. And I think it's a unique offering from us that we have a buyback program. So since it's a product instead of a typical solar installation, and this thing can be packed up in 30 minutes, why not buy it back from previous customers and then redeploy, refurbish, and send to do our social mission in Rwanda? Because like I said, we already have 40 orders piled up. So if people don't want their system anymore because life happens, we're happy to buy it back so that you guys can get some money back, but also we can continue our social mission in Rwanda.
And I love that. Now, what drew your company to Rwanda? There's so many places that can use this. What was Rwanda that you're like, we're gonna start here?
Yeah, we did some testing in the Philippines too. So we do see that as like a potentially amazing market. But I mean, South America, Asia, I mean, it's the rest of Africa. I mean, it could be used in so many locations, but we just had really easy traction in Rwanda. We partnered up with a couple of NGOs really quickly. We had the most sales in that country before, and we felt like it was a safe place to test our ideas. On the contrast, we have the DRC kind of next door, which is maybe not the diamond in the rough, for Africa. However, if we could prove it in Rwanda first and then in the DRC, then it's like, wow, it's probably capable in the rest of Africa because those are the contrasting countries.
You're building a brand. Yeah. And that, oh, by the way, that's what it says you do. You build brands. Well, that's awesome. And have you gotten to go on any of these trips to deliver any of these, or you were
Yeah,
just
so
based out?
last year I went to Rwanda, helped with the deployment of 3 boxes. Um, when we first started launching boxes, it took us about 2 weeks to launch a box because we wanted to train the local shopkeepers, these women entrepreneurs that are managing the systems and, technicians and these kind of things. But then when I got there, we got 2 boxes done in 1 week. So it's like the timeline is getting quicker and quicker because the actual setup of the system is only 3 hours. But if we want to like have a business model around the box, which is like a shop, which allows like 2,000 people to buy water and energy services from it, then that's a little bit more complex. But it's a powerful move because then you have an ecosystem, a healthy ecosystem for these villages.
Yeah. Wow. It's just amazing what you're doing. Um, oh, by the way, I just got to do, we got so into this. I didn't get to say hello to everybody. Angela, these are all the people in the chat room, by the way. Angela, Isabel, Paul, Paul, my stepdad. Hi. Ariana, Julia, Monique, Charlotte, Farrell, Bobby, Styles. Hey, what's up? Sean, Crockett, Shay Frampton, Johnny Dale, Monica, Jason, Ruben, Taj, Sean, Cindy, Jeremy, Samantha, and Jessica Stevens. Thank you for joining our show this evening. Sorry. And they've been just listening. No one's actually chatting. They're just all watching. So that's good. So yeah. All right. Now I feel we kind of covered a lot, but there was you have photos. Let's show your photos and you can talk about those. So let's have you do the screen share.
Yeah, I don't see that option now.
Oh, you don't? Oh, run your mouse over your window and the menu should pop at the bottom. No,
Not this time.
it was working earlier. Oh no.
I know.
Let's see. Do I? Oh, I don't have. I just
Oh,
have
I
the.
see it. I see it. I
Okay.
got it.
All right. Take control.
Okay.
Are you still there? Hello? Wait, did I lose you? Uh-oh. Troy? Where'd you go? Oh no, did we lose Troy? I think we did. Let's see. I think, let's see, this will stop other screen sharings. Do you want to continue? Yes. No, I don't want to do that. I think well, it says he's here. He's frozen. um, Troy, wave your hand if you're still with me. You just look frozen. Okay, well, let's have, hold on. Oh, here we go. There's Troy. Troy came back. There he is. Troy, there you are. I got you twice on here. I got you live and I got you frozen. So,
Yeah, it crashed, and I guess I don't know how to leave on the other one, but
hold on.
um,
Yeah, remove. See if that works. Hold on. Remove. Do you want to remove? Yes. All right. Well, I'll take it off the screen share. Let's see if we can do that.
is it on or off?
It's on. Go ahead and turn it off on your side. because all I see is Troy Billett has started screen sharing.
Okay, well, it must be the other Troy because I'm it says I'm not right now. Can you
Okay,
close the other guy out? The other me?
let's mute and put on hold. Okay, I put him on hold. All right. I don't know what just happened. I heard a song. Are you there? Whoop. Okay, you there?
I'm here.
Yay. All right. So I got a full screen. Can you do the share grab now? Because I got rid of that other one.
Yes.
Yay. All right. Got it working. There's your screen grab. Okay. So you got pictures now. Oh, you froze up again. Okay. All right. Well, I guess he can't screen grab. I'm not the only one with low bandwidth. So we will remove him and have him call me back, Troy. Let's see. Remove. Remove. Yes, remove. Tend. Panel. There we go. Try this again. Promote. Sorry, folks. This is live TV. All right, let's try this again. Are you there? Make change role. Poor guy. Oh, this is just not good. He keeps freezing. All right. Troy, can you hear me? If you can, I'm gonna remove. Hold on. Keeps crashing. All right. Try again. Try again. Don't screen share. There we go. Don't screen share. So I'm gonna remove that. See if I can get rid of him this time. There we go. Okay. Promote panelist. Going over here. And well, darn. Darn, 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 darn. Gotta love the internet. Okay. Well, folks, if I can't get this, let's see. How do I wish somebody could tell me. Is anybody even watching? Hey, VJ, thanks for joining. Unmute all participants unmuted. And I can't hear or see him. Okay, folks. Well, it's 8 o'clock. How can I? Okay, we'll try this one more time. One more time. Allow to talk. Promote the panelist. Okay, there we go. We're back. We're back. So now I just need him to log in. Okay. Cleared it. Just when you promote me, it crashes. Okay. Cleared it. Now join. Yeah. Wouldn't you know? Just started to promote and then it crashes. Okay. So hopefully he should join in just a second. Live. This is live, folks. And I've got one person following me. I guess it's not that exciting. So here's Troy, promote panelist. I promoted a panelist. Where is he? Well, Farfignugan. It's pretty cool though, isn't it? All right. Let's see. Just waiting on him. Now, I guess while Cleared it. Now join. Nope. Really? Hmm. Okay. We can try again another day from other computer. Another computer. Well, okay, so his system keeps crashing, he said. So that was my guest. Um, Amazing young man, Troy Billett, and he and the company he works for, offgridbox.com. I encourage you to check out what they're doing. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's try him one more time. Let's try him one more time. Let's see if this will work. Troy Billett, promote the panelist. Yeah. Every time I try to bring him back on, it deletes him. So, hi, Kathy. Hi, Alfredo, VJ, Jessica, Samantha, everybody. Thank you for being patient and at least watching for a few minutes. But yeah, I don't see this working. I don't know why. I guess NSA didn't want him to talk about what he's doing. Let's try again. Let's try again. Here we go. Attendee, panelist, attendee, allowed to talk. Yes. Nope. 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 All right. All right. Well, bummer. That's a hiccup I'm gonna have to learn to figure out how to fix. But that was him right there, Troy Billett, and he is just doing amazing work with this off-grid box. Him and his company. So, anywho, let's see. Well, I'm gonna try one last time, Troy. One last time. Let's try this. More remote. Yep, it's not working. Won't let me do it. Well, we're going to have Troy back, and maybe we could have some of the other members of his organization join us as well. Some of them have foreign, let's see. He just sent a picture. You are unable to rejoin this meeting because you were previously removed by host. Oh. Oh, okay. Well, heck, we'll just do a part two. All right, so I'm going to end this show. I'm going to start another one, and we'll try to bring him back. Okay? So, Doc Skinner, I'll see you in a bit. Yeah, that's. What's up, everybody? Hey, everybody, this is Doc Skinner. That's right. That's right, Doc Skinner. So let me just do this, yeah. Nope, that's not right. So we're doing part two because we lost communication with our guest due to computer freeze. So I'm just doing a reshare of all the stuff right now. Do the same if you wouldn't mind. I'd appreciate it. We're going to put part two there. So there we go. Okay, not sure what else we can cover, but it was good so far. Let's go anyway. Let's get on anyway. All right. So yeah, so we lost communication with our guest, and we've got that shared. That's shared to that page, so we're good to go. So we're gonna go over here to participants. Wait, and hopefully let's get on anyway. All right. So hopefully he'll join on. If not, then what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna bibble babble. Bibble babble, is that bibble babble? Is that a word? I'm good at making up words. I'm really good at it. But when it all comes down to it, I'm a pepper. You're a pepper. She's a pepper and he's a pepper. Wouldn't you like to be a pepper too? Oh, invite link is same. Okay. So he is relogging on. I think what happened was when he was starting to share his photos that the computer just crashed, and that's, I think, as simple as that. I don't think NSA had anything to do with this. Remember, but I told you, I love the NSA. Do great work. All right, so here we go. We're just waiting for him to get on. I hope you all had a wonderful New Year's Eve or and day and year so far. Lots of big things are happening, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. I just wanted to say, at least say goodnight to our guests. So we're going to go on here, promote to panelists, bring Troy back on. Hi, Troy. Don't share nothing. Don't hit the share button. Wait. Hold on. I got you on mute. Hold on mute. There we go. Little bell. Now you're on. Okay.
There we go.
So we were getting ready to talk about some cool stuff. You're going to show photos, but we're not going to do that now because we know what happens. So what were you going to talk about?
But yeah, there's plenty of photos on our website. Just give you a sense of like the different use cases. We've done stuff in Puerto Rico. We have some orders in Texas and Utah, Massachusetts, Mexico. I mean, it's been all over the globe. I think we're 9 countries now. And it's the easy transport. It all fits in the box. It's 3-hour setup. We can take it away. We can even buy it back. I think that, with these new things that we're introducing to the solar and water space, we're just helping people become more independent. And really, that's what we want to see. Like, we see the distributed energy systems as the way for people to be safe and secure and not have to worry.
Yeah, it's awesome. Um, it's like, why didn't I do that kind of thing? Like, darn it.
I wish I would have thought of that.
I mean, when I was a kid, I was always inventing stuff, but yeah, it's one of those I kick myself in the rear going, I should have done that. It's a great idea. So, other than now, you said you build them in Italy. Do you build all of it in Italy, or do you build any parts anywhere else?
Well, we order parts from all over the globe. So we
So you
have
order
like,
them and you build it here, though.
yeah, it's kind of like an assembly line we have. So we can, we have a few engineers that kind of just assemble the solar systems and the water systems within our box. And yeah, I mean, we're looking for more contracting space, especially here in the US. I think that it's critical to, maintain the quality, but still maybe construct these a bit closer to each one of the markets. So it'd be nice to have something local here.
So, are you looking for something that to build from the ground up, or are you looking for already established venues or spaces to build this? I mean, what type of size? Because I will help you. I know people in real estate. I will help you find a place, especially up here. That would be a great little industry to have. Employ some of the people up here on the mountain to work on the line and assemble. It's kind of like building a car. Um, so what can people do? I mean, putting it out there. You never know who's going to hear this. You might find another huge angel investor. So, what exactly is it you're looking for to make that next step?
Yeah, definitely. We're always looking for engineers and people that are comfortable with solar systems and water systems, because that's what we do. We make it extremely efficient for those two systems to interact, which isn't so common. So if we could have someone with experience with that, maybe a small contract manufacturer, they could help us assemble boxes, and we basically just hand over the plans for the system and the IP and allow them to build it, and then we bring in the leads from here and there where people want to buy, and we just build to order. I mean, it only takes us about a month to put one together, and then maybe a month max to send it wherever it needs to be sent.
Wow. Because, if I was Bruce Wayne, I would so be like, yes, you're moving your factory to the White Mountains. you know, I mean, actually, this is a great place you can test it. I'm sure
Yeah.
you've already tested it, but it's fun to test. So, yeah, I would love to get you guys out here at least for a visit. Have you check it out. Maybe even consider this being a location. Because I mean, I'm sure you got something over there on the East Coast, but do you have anything over in the West Side?
No, not yet. That's what we want to explore. Actually, we reflected on our website and we saw that most of the people that were interested were coming out of California, Arizona, Utah, Texas.
Mhm.
So those areas are really interested. So we might as well get a bit closer, at least have a demo somewhere close. So it's we're still exploring it, but it's definitely in our sights.
Yeah, because definitely just a small, I wouldn't say an office space, but a nice high ceiling venue. People could come in and you have one set up and just walk. You only need one.
Yeah.
2,000 people. That's just flabbergasting. I mean, it's just I work concerts. I know what 2,000 people is. That's a yeah, yeah. I mean, communes. Start selling to communes. Little hippie
Oh
communes
yeah.
and stuff. There, go check them out. There's a
Oh yeah.
selling point. Um, let's see. I was thinking about bunkers, but that's underground. You wouldn't be good for underground. Um, and what do they weigh? I mean, you would think they weigh a ton, like a truck or something.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a car. I mean, it's like 2,000 pounds. So it's you can't pick it up.
Yeah, definitely. It's there unless it's craned off. So,
Yeah,
um,
I mean, we can pull it up on a truck or, a little forklift. We'll pick it up. But
man, I if I wasn't doing all the stuff that I'm doing right now, all the events and movies and film stuff, all this stuff, I would so let me just sign up and be a rep or a not a franchise, but a just representative and a distributor. Couldn't think of the word
hmm.
because this is just brilliant. And if you can get one, you need to get one, folks. Seriously, this is so darn cool. And you said they last for 20 years.
Yeah, that's the estimation. But I mean, as long as it's taken care of, it can last for everything. Everything's replaceable. Everything's modular.
Do you have a program like a tech support where if something breaks, you guys help them with that, or do you send them parts, or do you say here's some duct tape?
Yeah. So yeah, we provide remote support. So we can talk you through stuff, even the installation. If you don't want to hire some expensive engineers, we can help you set it up. I mean, in the maintenance, I mean, it's changing a filter every once in a while, and the UV lamp, for example, like you need to change that maybe every 2 years. So I mean, of course, it depends on your water source and all this stuff, but it's really our estimated maintenance every year for the last performance of all these 35 boxes was $400 a year.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
I mean, okay, maybe it's not free energy, but that's dang cheap compared to anything else you can get.
Right, right. And with that many people in a village, everybody throws in a buck or two. So, uh,
Yeah,
yeah,
actually, these for these 2,000 people, each family only pays 18 cents to get water and energy.
wait. Brother, okay, we're not, we become brothers, Troy, because you've blown my mind twice in an hour. Eight a day?
Yeah,
18
as
cents
often
a
as they
day.
want. We don't force them to come. If they want to come, they can get 10 liters of purified water, European standard, and they can get a battery pack recharge, which can provide for 3 lights and 2 phone charges, basically. So enough for somebody that's introducing lighting into their home for the first time. And they can
Wow.
come once a week, once a day. It really depends on how much they use it.
Now, you're saying so people got to come to the box. It's not like something like a main generator that has a bunch of snake cables going out to everybody's homes or anything.
It could. So,
It
for
could.
example, we have some villages where we set up the box next to some local businesses.
Mhm.
So they're connected with a wire, but then like the houses that are a little bit farther out are not connected. So it just depends. I mean, it can be a mini grid. That's not a problem for us. It's just, it depends on the situation. is needed. Like, for example, we had a call with a guy that wanted to set up 5 tiny homes. And he was like, well, we do have AC, and it's a little bit more energy consumptive. So we're like, well, based on our estimates, we could have one box for 5 tiny homes as a mini grid. So it's connected directly. It's all, electricity through the house and, AC, whatever's needed. But that's different than these rural homes where they're getting energy for the first time. They're not used to having like lights in their home. It's just like sometimes they use it and they use the water mainly for drinking. They're not using it for everything because they have other dirty water sources that they can't drink, but they can use it for other kinds of stuff. Like, I mean, you've heard about maybe like recycling water to use for your toilets instead of, having all clean water coming in for them. So it's depends on what it's used for.
Yeah. Wow. What else can I mean? Now you got me wanting more. I want another jaw dropper. Because I have a buddy. His name is Jeff Baker. He's kind of a little mini celeb. He lives in New Mexico, and he bought this beautiful sanctuary. And he runs a business. He's a psychic, but he's one of those rock and roll psychics. So he has like his entourage, all those people that work for him, and he bought this big piece of property with little homes for all of his employees. And I'm just thinking this would be perfect for that location, things like that, because it's a
Definitely.
few little homes. Um, I just, if I wasn't doing, I would so want to come do sales for you. This is so cool. You've got a really good job, and a respectable job, man. I'm just, I don't. We've just met each other recently, but I'm very proud of what you're doing. I really am because it's doing something and giving back to the people. And thank you on behalf of everybody's watching. I just, yeah, we're going to do some more business, and I want to get you to a Survival Prepper Expo maybe next year. Maybe we'll get
Yeah.
it sold, and then you come on out here. Or like I said, man, I would be a distributor for you. I'd say let's open up shop right now. But I've just got other things on my plate right now. But I'm going to help. You got my full backing, and I will. We got to get you on some more shows. Trying to think of a good, decent show. I know a
Yeah,
few. Have
actually,
you been on any other talk shows? You said you were on Cheddar, and then what else?
Cheddar and I forgot the other one because it was like 6 months ago. But it was another interview. And then the big news that really hit us totally out of nowhere, Futurism posted a short clip about us, just a couple minutes, but in 2 days it got 5 million views. So I was like,
Holy
whoa.
moly!
Yeah, so we got like flooded on our website with people, requesting quotes for boxes. And it was like, we had to set up a system where it's like, pay your 500 deposit now, or we can't guarantee that you're going to get a box this year because we started getting orders to pile up for the future. And so that's why we're trying to make sure that, if you really need this right away, like let's get things moving before, we get piled up. And I mean, of course we're trying to grow as fast as we can, but we're also a startup. Like we can only do so much in so little time.
Well, I'm on the train. I'm on the train, Troy. I'm on. Whatever I can do to help folks. If think about it, if you got a small community, actually, well, I have right down the street. It's I think the first tiny home neighborhood. It was on the home channel or one of those cable channels, and they're little 500 square foot homes, little Bernstein Bear houses, and they're really cool. It's like this little neighborhood street, and it's just little homes. Stuff like them. I want to present this to them. Um, this is really 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 cool, and I've got so many things spinning. Of course, I'm in sales mode now. You got me thinking how we could just get these mass marketed all over the world because I can see these like hot tubs in every neighborhood. Everybody's got one. And then eventually, the price will go down, right? Once you get it like on a streamlined manufacturing.
Definitely. Like in terms of quantity, like the more orders we get, the price just drops. And every year, every time we order solar panels, not only does the price drop, but the efficiency, the amount of energy that's created by each panel goes up.
Wow.
The price goes down and the efficiency goes up, and it's like that's every single time we buy. And so the components are getting cheaper, our assembly is becoming more local. I mean, pretty soon, like, I wouldn't be surprised if anybody could afford this. That's really our dream.
Wow. Yeah, I think, I mean, it's flabbergasted, man. You're the second guest so far that's gotten that out of me, where I'm just like, and the first one was uh no, three. It was John D'Souza, former FBI agent. He was the inspiration for the X-Files. And Dr. Brooks Agnew, who told us some information last week that we're just like, what? so so yeah, you're on an elite list. Now, please don't set the bar on number of views from that last interview with the 5 million, because I can't promise that tonight. Far from it. But that's why I love internet, is because anybody can watch anytime, and a year later you've got a couple 100,000. So who knows? But
Yeah, I definitely respect that you're trying to share and spread knowledge, and that's really what we need. I mean, just making people more aware is going to do wonders for us.
yes. Well, I'm going to, if you don't mind, if I could give your contact information to some other shows, hosts that I know that are, into prepping and all this stuff, and get you on their shows. I do know Rex Bear from the Leak Project, and if you haven't checked out his site, it's leakproject.com, or on YouTube. I think he's over 300,000 subscribers right now. He's based out of Colorado. He's actually going to be throwing an event, if you were able to make it to Colorado, in May. I think it's May. I'll get the details for you. But I want to put you in contact with him. He might get one. I mean, he's all about it, and he likes to get his toys on. He's got some cool. I'm jealous. He's got some really cool stuff. I mean, you watch his show, he's got all this amazing artwork alone behind him. But I think he will be a huge help in promoting. And I don't want to speak for him, but I'm just saying that's the kind of person he is. I have a lot of respect for him, and a lot of people do. And he can really help you get the word out. What else? Yeah, and if you guys ever want to sponsor, I'll talk about it every night, because I'm just so excited. It's just it's the simplest things that I get all excited about. It's like, why didn't someone else think about this sooner? You guys are doing just amazing work. So I'm Giddy's a schoolboy about it. I hope everybody checks out offgridbox.com. Can people get a hold of you, or I mean, are you the person they contact about purchasing, or are you just the director, or how does that work?
So I'm the U.S. director, so probably if you're serious about learning more about the box and stuff, I'm probably who you're going to talk to. I mean, we have some other representatives here too in the U.S., but happy to talk to anyone about the system and going off grid. I know that it can be a bit much sometimes, and so we aim to make it as easy as possible. So if you want to email info@offgridbox.com, or even my email directly, troy@offgridbox.com. Not too hard to remember, but yeah, I mean, our website's the easiest place to find us, and we try to respond, within 12 hours. So.
Wow. Well, Troy, thank you so much for joining us tonight twice. And sorry about the glitch. Computers, you gotta love them, right? And I would love to have you back on again another time, see how things have progressed. Hopefully, I'll have a larger crowd, because I would love to have an interaction with my guests. But this one, they just seem to just jump on and we're just watching. So that's good too, because I'm sure they'll have questions and whatnot. And yeah, so I'm going to put you on hold, because I would love to chat with you after I get off the air. So if you got a minute, would you have some time?
Sounds great.
Okay, so I'm going to put you on hold. I'm going to do my farewells and little shameless plugs, and I'll be with you in just a minute. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, Troy, and hopefully we'll have you back soon. Okay, so I'm going to find the on hold button. I'll be with you in just a bit, okay?
Have a good night.
All right, thanks. All right, folks, let me grab my stuff over here for all my shameless plugs. And we'll go over here. Where did I go? I do the wrong thing here. I wanted to show you guys my lair. Or should I use this layer? This is more spacey. This is more, I don't know, this makes me think like the Alliance. Not the Cabal, the Alliance. That's what side I'm on. All right, so there we go. That's going to be my new background. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think in the comments below. So, big things are coming up, folks. We got movies coming to town. Yes, sirree, Bob. We've got a movie coming up. Actually, we've got a movie. We've got a series that's going to be, I don't know which network, so I don't want to say out loud and upset them, but it's one of the big 2 or 3. So we got that coming up. And then we have a script in the works for another major motion picture, which will be filmed up here in the White Mountains. If you have a movie, or if you know somebody that's in a movie or directs or produces, and they like to submit into a film festival, let me tell you, the hottest, newest film festival on the mountain is the White Mountains Film Festival, also known as the Show Low Film Festival, which is going to take place in October the 17th through the 20th, 2019. And we've already got a boatload of sponsors, as you see, right? Wait, hold on, wait. There we go, right there. 1028, that's us. So we are a proud sponsor. That's Darmar Productions, who's putting that on, and just so excited to be a part of that. And we also have coming up, can I look under here? Oh no, I lost my calendar. On the 10th, we got Rockefet Abigail, actress, writer, director, movie producer, who's been in a lot of stuff. A whole bunch of TV shows, been in movies with Dane Cook, been on ER. She's got her own movies, Jackson Love, and she has another one, which is a hoot. Oh, Rockefet, I'm so sorry. I just went blank on the title. It's one with, 2 old ladies and they rob a bank, and then you guys are going to love it. So anyway, lots of things coming up. The movies are coming up here on the mountain. So people here on the mountain know that this is not, hey buddy, I got a camera, let's make a movie, okay? This is feature films. We're talking, you get a paycheck. We said we were going to bring jobs to the mountain, and they were going to be fun jobs, and we were not kidding. We are doing just that. So prepare, get ready, get those resumes, get those headshots done. Go to Mike Mahoney Photography. And it's not just, entertainment people. We need, construction workers, electricians, drivers, security, caterers, photographers, locations, all kinds of stuff. So your home could be in a movie, your restaurant, your business, all this. Go to azfilm.com and submit your home or location there. And it can be not only movies up here, but movies that come from other places. Anyway, things are coming, and they're paid jobs, folks. My goal, 500 jobs in 5 years for the people of the White Mountains. That is my goal to help my community. So, but with all the bad weather, I'm doing this really quick because I want to end the show so I can go back to Troy, because I know he's sitting there watching. Nope, I'm going to have to call him back. He hung up. All right, so I'm going to take my time now. All right, so Off Grid Magazine, folks, right here. I love this one because I love this car. I mean, this is like, look at it. That's like the ultimate family right there. Look at that. And the magazine is just manly. Just got the ass. It's not that smooth, GQ, no perfume, no perfumes. It smells like dirt. But it's gritty. It's off grid. And it's an amazing magazine. But here's the new one. This is the one that just came out, Urban Survival. Now, these magazines, I'm telling you, folks, by the way, they are not a paid sponsor or anything. It's just they're going to be helping with what is my event? Survival Prepper Expo 2019. But these magazines have got everything in it. I tell you, if you were in the middle of the woods and you could only have one magazine on you, it would be Off Grid Magazine, because they've got skills and information in there that can save your life. All right, so that's all done. What else do I got coming up? We got guests out the wazoo coming up. We talked about Rocket Fett. And then, of course, we had Troy tonight. Big offgridbox.com. That's where you want to check out. Who do I want to tell you that's coming up? No. Rex Bear will be coming on the show eventually. I just got a schedule with him. He's all excited. He wants to do that. And then in March, Rex Bear, myself, Natasha Nix, who's spearheading it with Michael Moriarty and Heidi Green. I think it's Heidi Green. I hope that's the right name because I said it live on the air. Anyway, we're all going to be doing something that's going to be a huge check mark on our bucket lists. We're going to be spending the night. You ready for this, folks? Outside Area 51. That's right. We're going to have a bunch of cameras. We're going to be broadcasting our shows. Well, we may not be broadcasting it live. We might have to record them and play them back. We don't know about the reception out there in the middle of the desert, but we are going to do so. If we catch anything on camera, believe you me, we're going to be putting it online. So Area 51, I hope you put on a show. It's going to be fun. We're going to go to the little Alien Inn. We're going to take a tour of Janet Terminal from outside the fence, of course. And then, of course, we're going to go right to the border of Area 51, like every good Area 51 tourist, and get our photo with the infamous black mailbox that is far from black. I think it's white, or it was white, and now it's black. I don't know. They painted it to throw everybody off. So really stoked about that. And then, we had some questions. I like the background. It looks sharp. Thank you. Jeremy, Jeremiah Nessa. Yeah. I need glasses. And then also, you should watch this, and the part 1 video on Doc's page might be helpful for your project. Johnny Dale, ever thought about installing drinking fountain sinks on one music festival fair? Ooh, Johnny Dale, that's a great idea. I'll talk to Troy about that. The U.S. Forestry Service went deployed on fire. Brilliant, Johnny. Those were brilliant suggestions. See, this is why I love my show when we have people that interact. That I'm going to start. I want to do sales for this company because that would be wow. Oh, brilliant. Johnny Dale. That is brilliant. Thank you. I probably would have thought of it like a month later, but you brought it up now, so that's awesome. Okay, so this was an exciting show. I don't know who all got to watch the whole show, but that was a fun show. I get excited when there's stuff about renewable energy and ways that it can help people that really need it. God bless Off Grid Box and Troy and the rest of his team at the company. They are just doing amazing work. They even have a PhD, Catherine Kalminski, I think. She's a PhD working with them. So that's pretty cool. A lot of the other names I think are Italian or foreign names, and I don't want to butcher them. So go to the site and check it out. Let's go to, I'm going to pull up, I didn't even have the chat room open on the second video. So let me do that real quick, see if anybody had any other questions. So go here to live video. That's pretty cool. Mute. And nope, just had those 3 questions on this video. But there's Molly. Hi, Molly. Thanks for joining us. A little late, better late than never, right? So there was other stuff I wanted to talk to you guys about tonight, and I just went blank because I got so excited about the off-grid box. Yep. All right. So Survival Prepper Expo, May 25th and 6th at the Honda Casino Resort in Pine Top, Arizona, 2019. Then we have October 5th and 6th at the Honda Casino Resort in Pine Top, Arizona. That's a Saturday and Sunday, by the way. We have Disclosure Con 2019, the second year. And this year, first year we leaned towards a Stranger Things type of theme. I think this year, more on a realistic conspiracy kind of Disclosure Con type vibe. Tell me what you think about this. I'm thinking Q. What do you guys think? I mean, big impact this past year, Q. And something to that effect to bring awareness. So, yeah. I just made that decision. We're going to do it. That's what we're going to do. We're just going to do that. Yeah. All right. So then after that, after a couple, I think we got like maybe 2.5 weeks there to rest. Then we got the White Mountains Film Festival that's going to be held up here at the WME theaters, as well as throughout the mountain, where we have parties each night. And it was a lot of fun this past year. Very glamorous and glitzy. It was a lot. It was a lot of fun. And now we've got some of those producers coming up here to film, which it was the whole point. We wanted them to see this beautiful mountain. So things are moving according to plan. So now I'm just jibber jabbering. Wait, haven't I been doing that the whole time? All right. See, I tell you, every night, a man alone with a webcam and a live feed can be trouble. So, all right. Well, Northeastern Arizona rocks. Yes, Molly, it does. Jenna Growth, thank you for joining me. But I'm about to say my adieus. Unless any of you had any other questions, other than liking my new background, I think it's pretty hip. God, it actually looks really kind of well, almost real, almost real. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I might come back later. Who knows? You know why? It's 1028 live. It's my show. I do what I want. Oh yeah, and no, I can't tell you that yet. I have to keep that a surprise. Big things coming, folks. Big things coming. Stick around. Watch 1028 live every Tuesday and Thursday night, 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Lord willing. And then in between shows, whenever there's big, huge breaking news, or if I can't sleep, then I'll do my little late night woohoos. So thank you for all joining. If you want to contact me, it's Doc Skinner, DOCSKINNER at 1028 Productions, 1028productions.com. You can join us on Facebook Live on facebook.com/1028 live, or you can check out our 1028 Productions page as well, which is /1028 Productions, and on YouTube, youtube.com/1028 Productions. Yeah, thanks for joining me, everybody. I'm really saying goodbye now. I'm looking for the off button because I can never find it. It's always on a different screen. Philip, thank you for coming. A little last second. Oh, 2 more comments. Hold on. Love in the background. That's so cute. Thanks, Molly. All right. There's the button. Where's the button? We just need to find the button. No, not the red one. Chabella.